Anyone who's doing concrete work in the Midwest is watching Thrasher grow like crazy this year. It seems like they've come out of nowhere and are just blowing up across the internet, which is really fun to see. We're seeing their billboards everywhere. They're doing great. Kudos to them. Wish them the best. Our clients, we do a lot of work in the service-based industries, often ask us about their competitors and say, hey, why are these guys doing great? And it's always good to run through it and see what's going on. Thankfully, as I ran through here, no crazy surprises, just the same strategy that we do for our clients, except they're doing it at a very large scale. And so let's just run through that and I'll show you. The first thing that's really exciting to see is just how incredible their traffic is. So this is a tool called Ahrefs that helps us kind of spy on websites and their marketing campaigns. And we can see that they're doing around 16,000 visitors per month, maybe as high as 18,000, so maybe 600 visitors per day. If you figure, a 5% conversion rate, that's 30 leads a day. 2% conversion rate, that's 12 leads per day. And of course, in the local market, you may have a 20% conversion rate. So either way, they're not doing poorly. This campaign is working very well for them. And if you go check this in the internet, you see, Wichita, Kansas, they're in the maps. They're ranking here in organic. You look here in Springfield, Missouri, they're ranking in the maps right here. They're also here in organic. If we take a look at Colorado Springs, they're not in this map, but they are showing #1 in organic. So they'll probably pop in the map soon. Maybe they just need some more reviews or things like that. So what are they doing right? Well, there's 3 things they're doing right. We're going to run through them. It's fun to kind of guess and say, hey, what do we think is going on here? And one of the first things people tend to look at, I tend to look at, is the referring domains. So a referring domain is when you do one of those promotional pieces, such as sponsoring a Little League team, and then they link to you from their website, or you join the Chamber of Commerce, and the Chamber of Commerce links to you from the Chamber of Commerce directory. That tends to be a backlink, or they become a referring domain for your website. And we can actually see a decrease in the number of referring domains for this website, so that's not their strategy. The next thing to look at is maybe their average domain rating. So domain rating is a measure of how authoritative your website is in Google, and we can see that they have a pretty stable domain rating. So you do need a domain rating in order to compete, and they have one. They haven't done a lot to increase it. It's just kind of been trucking right along. So that's not what's the big change. So what is the big change for 2023? Because you see here right around February 2023, something changed. And if you take a look at the crawled pages, that's where it takes off. You can see they started building these pages, and then it really took off. Now, a lot of people will add pages to their website. They've been told they need to blog, and so they start throwing up 300 to 500 word little blogs. And they'll take photos of the work they're doing and throw that on their website. That's not what Thrasher's doing. What Thrasher is doing is a very calculated strategy, and let's just hop right into that. So if we take a look at the keywords that they're ranking for, this is across their entire website. Let's go to organic keywords. We can see that they're ranking for a lot of terms related to foundation repair. For example, hydrostatic pressure is one of those that's near the top of their list. Sump pump drainage is another one. Leaking basement wall is another one. So they're talking about the common problems and questions that their ideal client has. And that does 2 things for them. Number one, it gives them a resource that their sales staff can point the customer to say, hey, this answers your question. We're the authorities on this. Check out our answer over here. Number 2, that gives a signal to Google that says, hey, we're the authority on this. Trust us with your customers. And Google loves that. Google loves having an authoritative website they can trust. We call this a topical map or topical authority. And so we want to make sure that the blog posts and the informational content going on your website is closely related to what your customers need to know, and that it is very well written and very informative. And that's a core central piece of everything we do for our clients. But then if you have people coming to your website to read about hydrostatic pressure, they may or may not be a customer. You really want a strategy that dives in and targets your ideal customer. And this is where Thrasher is demonstrating it so well. They have a service area section. So they have all these service area pages for the cities they service. And you can see Springfield, Missouri has a page. Wichita, Kansas has a page. Colorado Springs has a specific landing page for that. Let me scroll my head out of the way. Sioux City has a specific landing page for that. And so with this strategy, each of these landing pages is targeted to speak to the residents in that area. Maybe there's specific soils in their area. Maybe there's specific things they need to talk about, services that are more popular. That landing page is going to be customized to the area. It has a higher likelihood of converting because it speaks just to that client, but then also each page is optimized for Google. Now, once again, we often take over failed SEO campaigns for other agencies, and the other agency did build out 20 landing pages for the surrounding cities for a client. But there's two main mistakes we see. Number one, they don't create custom content for each little city. You know, it's expensive to do that. And so if you just throw up 20 pages and just swap out the city name on the page, that's a lot cheaper. And so we see that all the time for our clients where the content is 90% the same. It's not customized for the city. It doesn't speak to the audience in that city, and it doesn't rank in Google, and it doesn't convert. The other problem we often see is that it's not properly interlinked with that topical map, or they don't have the topical map, that topical authority built on the website. And so all of these pieces work together to give you an outsized return as opposed to doing any one of these pieces individually. Now, Thrasher is doing this on a massive level. We don't have to do that on quite that level for our clients. You can do it with as little as 30 to 50 pages on a website, carefully crafted, and make a tremendous increase in the traffic. And then when you combine that with a good domain authority strategy, which they're really not doing, it can really bring faster results for customers, and that's how you beat Thrasher at their game. So once again, how is Thrasher getting this business? Number one, they do have domain authority. It's not much, but they do have sufficient domain authority. So that's the first thing to check on your website. What's your domain authority? How are you stacking up? Number two, they have a very comprehensive keyword and service area strategy. So make sure you have a comprehensive keyword and service area strategy. And then number three, they're carefully interlinking it all together, and they have great attention to detail on every single page they create. And that is the final piece that's bringing this home. If you are looking to get more business, you want to build this moat around your business and be the big dog in your area, we're happy to take a look at your website. Just book a call with us. We'll do a professional analysis, give you a price, and demonstrate what can be done in order to bring your site higher in Google. In the meantime, hopefully this was highly informative and helps you see what people are doing in 2023 to absolutely triple. What are they doing? They went from like 4K to 18K. So you do the math, 4x their business on that. Pretty tremendous. If anyone from Thrasher sees this, hats off to you guys. You should be proud of the work you're doing, or their agency, proud of the work you're doing for your client. But we are going to be coming after you to take a little bit of that back for our clients.